Okay. A few weeks ago, the internet was abuzz with something called Accidental Racist, an album track off the latest record from country superstar Brad Paisley, and featuring a guest verse from rap legend LL Cool J.
I'm just a white man coming to you from the Southland.
But in an
It has been talked to death since then, but for those of you who have not heard it by now, I'll try to explain it the best I can. It was an attempt to find common ground and heal the wounds caused by the toxic legacy of slavery, and also to find the common ground in the controversy over the omnipresent symbol of the South, the Confederate flag. It was a serious gamble to write, and it ended up very badly for both of them. The backlash was swift and brutal.
And critics are mocking him for it, calling it the worst song ever.
All it was an attempt to write a song about getting along by two of the cuddliest artists in the business. This should not have been controversial. And yet, what they ended up with was about as uplifting as a record of Ted Nugent and 50 Cent shouting curse words while shooting at each other. Basically, Accidental Racist was described by most as being extremely accidentally racist.
I see that red flag and I think you wish I wasn't here.
Clearly, it was something that a guy who covers terrible music like myself is required to speak on. But unlike other songs that went viral and became internet memes like, Friday or Gangnam Style, Accidental Racist deals with some very heavy and complicated subjects, making this a bit of a minefield to cover. So, because of these very difficult topics we're talking about here, I thought I'd bring in my colleague, the Rap Critic, so that we can, get a dialogue going.
Glad to be here, Todd.
Glad you're here too, man, because we are wading into some sticky territory here. Now, I am a lifelong country fan who also listens to a lot of rap music, and you're a black hip-hop fan who grew up in the South. I think we're the right people to try and untangle this very difficult issue.
I'm ready, man. Let's do this.
Alrighty, I'll start. Now, me personally, I think this song is awful.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I think we're done.
Okay, that was easy.
Yeah, glad we solved that one. Oh man, after this groundbreaking dialogue, I think that every one of us, black, white, north, south, country, or hip-hop, we can all agree that Accidental Racist is a terrible, terrible song that makes Paisley look like a complete moron.
Actually, I was thinking that if this song makes anyone look bad, it's LL Cool J. Like what the heck was he thinking?
But are you serious? It's Paisley's song. He's the idiot.
I mean, I kind of get what Brad Paisley was trying to do, but LL's verse, it just makes him look like an idiot.
Whoa, hold up. I don't think we're on the same page here. I mean, the problem is Paisley. I don't even know how that's disputable. He's the one who thought this song was a good idea, and he's the one who decided to go way, way out of his depth. Like what's this song about?
When I put on that t-shirt, the only thing I meant to say is I'm a Skinner fan.
He wears a Confederate flag shirt, and suddenly he's all shocked that people might possibly think he's being racist. Like, duh, the controversy isn't new, and Paisley's not some small-town hick who's never seen a black person before. He's a big, famous guy who's been around the world. This could not have been a surprise. How dense is he?
Look, I'm not saying that Brad Paisley's stuff is great, but did you actually listen to LL Cool J's verse?
Dear Mr. White Man.
First off, just the fact that they got LL Cool J for the job screams, we have no idea who's relevant in hip-hop. But by specifically using him on the song, it feels like the deepest knowledge that any of its creators has about hip-hop comes from remembering that LL Cool J hosted the Grammys this year.
Okay, obviously adding a rap guest verse was a terrible idea. But that was Paisley's idea. No one could have made that work.
But at least it could have been smarter. I mean, heck, I'd be forgiving if they had gotten an old-school rapper who's actually known for handling serious topics like this. Like KRS-One or Chuck D. But no, they got LL Cool J. And the most socially conscious thing this guy's ever said is,
Tina got a big old butt, so I'm leaving you.
the point I'm trying to get across is that he's not exactly known for intelligent social commentary.
No. You want to look at guys unequipped to make social commentary? Look no further than Brad friggin' Paisley. Like Paisley, he's a joker. He writes silly songs. He's kind of a goofy guy, more so than even most country singers. He's not some serious thinker over here. Listen to him.
The red flag on my chest somehow's like the elephant in the corner of the South.
Somehow? You know what the Civil War was, you're playing dumb.
And it ain't like you and me can rewrite history. Our generation didn't start this nation.
Oh, it's not my fault. I didn't enslave anyone. Yet no one said you did. But you obviously do know this flag has racist connotations and you wore it anyway. If you don't want people to call you a Red Sox fan, don't wear a Red Sox jersey.
It ain't like I can walk a mile in someone else's skin.
And if this was some real attempt to say sorry and understand the other side, that'd make this song worth it. But it's not. It's just whiny and defensive and mealy-mouthed and makes him look like the victim. If you're sorry someone got offended, just say, I'm sorry and move on. Or you can even say, I'm not sorry. I'd actually prefer that. If you think other people are wrong for being offended, which he clearly does, then just say it. Have the courage of your convictions. It'd be no less offensive and much less annoying and half-assed in this mealy-mouthed non-apology.
Hello, black guy from the South over here. I know all this stuff already. The simple fact is that the Confederate flag isn't some innocuous symbol of the South that existed before the Civil War and just happened to be used during it. It was a battle flag for the Confederate Army, an army dedicated to bloodshed for the defense of slavery. I mean, when the KKK uses your flag during Reconstruction to represent white supremacy, there should no longer be any middle ground here. And what Paisley's trying to do here is take the context of racism and slavery out of the flag, which is naive, yes, willfully ignorant even, but even he has a better grasp of what the actual problem is more than LL Cool J. I mean, look at this.
So when I see that white cowboy hat, I'm thinking it's not all good. I guess we're both guilty of judging the cover, not the book. But I see that red flag and I think you wish I wasn't here.
The intended purpose of this verse is to say that, hey, black people and white people can equally prejudge someone based on appearances. And when it comes to seeing a white guy with a cowboy hat and assuming they're racist, I agree that that's wrong. And when someone sees a black man wearing a do-rag and assumes that they're going to rob you, that is equally wrong. But when I see a white guy in a pickup truck with a battle flag waving out the back of it, yeah, there's a bit of cause for alarm.
How does any of this reflect badly on LL Cool J? He's not the one defending the flag.
Look, Paisley presents his side of the argument, and LL Cool J is supposed to present his side. That's the way it works. But he's completely failed to hold up his end. And now he's making his entire side look bad by refusing to stand up for himself.
Okay, I think the problem here is you just don't get country music. Let me try and explain to you what's wrong here.
Okay, I'm not appreciating the
It's
condescension.
a terrible song, not because of its lyrics or its politics. It's because it's 6 goddamn minutes long. It's tedious, it's slow, the melody emphasizes all the wrong things. It's just more of the terrible, over-polished national sound that is choking country music to death. There's a southern rock band, the Drive-By Truckers, who did a whole album about southern pride and southern history and the Confederacy. That's way better. And how can anyone possibly justify this?
They called it Reconstruction. Fixed the buildings, dried some tears. And we're still sifting through the rubble after 150 years.
That line mystifies me. What about Reconstruction? What are you trying to say about it? That it was complicated? What does that have to do with your t-shirt? Yeah, a lot of bad things did happen during Reconstruction, mostly to black people. This explanation explains nothing about why Paisley in 2013 is wearing a Confederate flag.
You want to talk about misunderstanding American history? How do you explain this?
Now my chains are gold, but I'm still misunderstood. I wasn't there when Sherman's march turned the South into firewood.
Why does LL seem apologetic for Sherman's march? I'm pretty sure that any white people who look at you with disdain because you're black isn't thinking about a general's war tactics 150 years ago. And even so, what? These people who you feel are in opposition with you are angry because someone in the past destroyed the land and livelihood of their ancestors completely against their will, offering little to no help with restoring their culture and social infrastructure after it was done? Gosh, that must be terrible. I'm so sorry, white people.
At least he mentions slavery, which Paisley doesn't do once.
Yeah, but is that really a good thing when shortly after LL says this?
R.I.P. Robert E. Lee.
Since when do you say rest in peace to someone who's been dead for over 100 years? Especially when that person fought to secure the oppression of your race. Geez, you might as well have a person from Turkey say rest in peace to Vlad the Impaler.
He's just being polite. He's just trying to find some common ground, you know? The exact same thing that Paisley completely fails to do.
LL Cool J's making black people look bad.
Just because my pants are sagging doesn't mean I'm up to no good.
I mean, all throughout his verse, there's mentions of black stereotypes. But when it comes to Brad Paisley's verses, there's just vague little positive phrases like proud rebel son and southern pride, and it doesn't really help matters.
Look, you're not giving LL the credit he deserves. What about this?
I see that red flag and I think you wish I wasn't here.
That's a powerful statement, isn't it?
But he undercuts it at every turn.
If you don't trust my gold chain, I'll forget the iron chain.
Hey, if you don't mind my stereotype assuring jewelry, I'll turn a blind eye to the enslavement and disenfranchising of my entire race. How is that not worse than anything that Brad Paisley says?
Oh, no, this lumpen, misbegotten song is entirely Paisley's fault. He wrote it. LL has like one guest verse.
LL Cool J is a relic, and not even the good kind. And ultimately, I think it's starting to sink in that LL Cool J never did anything groundbreaking.
What? LL Cool J is a legend. His career lasted for 20 goddamn years, and he's still making
His only
music.
significant contribution to rap music is that he made the first Thugs Need Love 2 song. But he never really
The
did
man
anything
made
innovative.
Mama Said Knock You Out. I think he deserves a little more credit than the guy who wrote I Wanna Check You for Ticks.
Quit telling me what to be offended by. What? Are you trying to lecture me on rap music?
I'm not the one hammering LL Cool J for extending a hand in friendship. Yeah, you know what? I will tell you what you should be offended by. You're being dumb.
I'm being dumb? You've been talking over me this entire time, so why don't you shut up for a
No,
second
you
and
shut
let me
up,
say
you
something,
stupid!
please? You need to let
Where
me
do you
think
get
for a
out?
second.
What the hell do you think you're talking about? I'm the bad guy. No, I'm